as a just to get the school known a bit better. We are a small specialist OET school. I'm going to start the recording, and as usual, if you're not available to speak today, just let me know in the chat, and then I promise I will not ask you any questions if you just need to relax today. But if you are available, that's great, because I'm going to try to ask everyone in this class at least one question. I will try. Okay, so let's get started. Listening part A. I actually love teaching this. It's not that hard. Okay, I know it's stressful, but it's not that hard. Let's start now. Okay, so this is OET Listening. We're looking at part A today. We are going to quickly go through the format of the test for people who are new. Then I'm going to demonstrate the technique. I know lots of you have seen this before, but I'll do it like a kind of game. All right. Then we're going to have some practice, and we will also analyze the script. This is kind of the usual way I do it. So let's get started. The exam itself, listening part A, it looks like this, something like this. Okay. So what type of questions do we have in listening part A? Anyone? What type of questions are we looking at?
Filling.
Yeah, we call fill in the blank, Khwaja, or I prefer gap fill, but it doesn't matter. It's exactly the same meaning. Okay, so you have gap fill questions. And in terms of timing, this is listening, right? So how long is the audio that we will listen to? Does anyone know here? You can shout.
8 minutes.
Average 5 to 6 minutes.
You know, I did I did like a survey, Adnan, I timed many of them. They're usually about 5 mins, sometimes 6, sometimes 4. It's possible. I've never seen a 7. I've never seen a 7. Okay, so let's say approximately 5 minutes. How many questions are in part A? Khwaja, do you know, or Lucinda? How many questions will we answer in listening part A?
I think about 24.
Yeah, good man. So there's 24 questions, and there's 12 questions per what? Anyone?
Extract one. Extract
Audio.
audio one.
Yeah, there's audio 1 and audio 2, right? Exactly.
Yes.
There's actually, you get 12 questions here. This one, guys, is 12 questions. Then they stop, and there's a new situation. What is the situation, Anna? What will we listen to? What is the listening about? Do you know, Anna? There's 2 Annas here, actually.
Presentation can be, and a conversation between general doctor or healthcare professional.
Okay, so is it when you say presentation, what do you mean? Is it conversation or presentation? Which one?
Can be presentation, and can be conversation between healthcare.
It's usually a conversation, right? Between patient and what?
Doctor.
Doctor, or like GP, or
Specialist.
Specialist.
Now, Anna, when you say presentation, do you mean like she presented to my clinic? Is that what you mean? Because our presentation as a noun, Han, what does it mean, a presentation as a noun? It means something different. Can anyone tell me?
Consultation.
Monologue.
It's like a monologue, isn't it? A monologue where, like a lecture. Okay, so it's never going to be a presentation like that. It's always going to be like a conversation, as you say, Anna, conversation, always. Okay, not GP, sorry. What about this? Does anyone know what are they testing? What type of listening? Andrea, Norzad, you know, you guys know.
Details.
It's usually listening for detail. Is there a problem with listening for detail? What's the main challenge of this? Think about it. Why is it difficult to listen for one word? It should be easy, right? Why is one word listening difficult?
They can paraphrase.
We've got Let's make a list, Andrea. So problems with detail, right? We have paraphrasing, so changing the sentences. What else? Spelling.
Destruction.
Yeah, spelling.
Spelling. What are you saying there, Han? Pronunciation as well.
Destruction.
Vocabulary.
They can
spelling.
distract you. Yeah.
Mm.
So they can say, "I love basketball, but," and then change it suddenly. They can distract you. They can change the spelling. Also, what about writing it down? It's very fast, right?
And they also mixed up the order.
Yeah, well, sometimes it can happen, right? So listening for detail, it can be tricky sometimes because you have all these issues, okay? But we're listening for 1 or 2 words usually, all right? Is there anything else? Do you guys have any questions about this part of the test? Lucinda, are you okay with this?
Yes, it's first time I'm attending to listening class, so
Okay.
yeah.
So part A, 24 questions, okay? There's 2 audios, Lucinda, 12 questions for each audio. And basically it's listening for details, specific words, okay?
I think also like vocabulary as well, because sometimes it's not the vocabulary is not on my professional. You know, it can mix up a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly. Vocabulary, it can be a real thing. Like, for example, can anyone tell me what this means? Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
I can't believe we're going to do this, right? Right, this is a word, okay? So if I have my arm like this, no, my face, if you look at my face, right? If my face does this,
Drooping.
Dropping.
Drooping. Drooping.
right? You've got to know that vocab, right? Is it dropping or drooping?
Drooping. Drooping.
Drooping. So spelling, what's the spelling?
D-R-O-O-P-I-N-G.
Drooping, right? So definitely, I think one thing that we're going to be adding, Han, very soon to our website is more symptoms vocabulary, sensation vocabulary, because this is listening part A. They always say strange things like humming. What does that mean, guys? Humming. Does anyone know?
Some sound.
Yeah, it's this. You can hear it in your ears, right? Humming in my ears. So vocab is very, very important. Does anyone else have any little questions about this before we kind of move on? 2 audios, gap fill, listening for detail, 12 questions each, always a conversation between GP and specialist.
Yeah, I want to ask this.
Go on, Yok.
So if the symptom is like palpitation, it should be plural line with S. Then you put it without S, so that one is wrong, right?
Definitely. So look
here,
plurals, because OET. So guys, you must if you don't put the S on, you will not get the grade. So if I say, I had some headaches, you must write the S, otherwise you will not get the mark. If you just write headache, no S, no mark, according to OET, because plurals are important, apparently, according to OET. All right. What's a good score? You guys want to pass? You got to pass.
What of articles?
Go on, please. Mariam, please. No, go on, please.
What of articles?
Articles, I think articles, it's okay if you miss them. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Thank
the, yeah. Good score out of 24. What do we need to be getting, guys? What do we need?
20.
Because you want to save yourself 20, 18, 20.
I would say 21 or 22. Farak, come on, you can do this.
It's good number.
If you live in especially if you live in the UK.
Yeah, because part A is help you to save yourself from part C because
Exactly,
it's difficult.
right? We know that in part C, how many questions are there in part C?
It's a 12 question.
12.
How many in part B?
And 6 as usual.
6.
So you can get so many grades. You can get a lot of marks in this test here. All right. So it's surely this is important to get 22 here. It's almost half your grade. Okay. Very, very important. And today we're going to practice it, but I'll also talk about techniques now. Last chance, though. Does anyone have any questions quickly? Shall I talk about techniques? Let me talk about techniques. Okay, so in terms of doing this test, there's two kind of, if you think about this logically, there's two very simple techniques that everyone should do, okay? So let's have a look at an example. Can everyone see this here? This is just an example.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say, oh, a question I forgot to ask, actually. Very good question. How much time do I have before the audio starts?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Is it 30 or 90?
30.
30.
90 before C, I think.
Yeah. And we've got to know these things. We've got to be ready. Because in the exam, you're going to be very stressed. You've got to know the exam really well. Okay, so you don't get confused or make silly errors. Okay, so it's 30 seconds. Now, if we think about this, what should we do inside those 30 seconds? What do we think, guys? What should we do?
We should at least read the signposting of 4 or 5 numbers in the beginning of the exam.
Yeah, it's just logical, Adnan. I think almost every student does the same. If you're serious about OET and you do some training, say that again, Adnan. We're going to, did you say predict?
Yeah, predict the word in the feeling gap.
Yeah, it's not that hard either. It's not that difficult for you guys. Let's have an example, okay? So Adnan is saying inside, in the 90 seconds, 60 seconds, 30 seconds, sorry.
30 seconds.
Before we start.
Yeah.
Adnan is saying that we can look at that and we can do something. What can we do here, guys? It's really not that hard. What can we do?
We can see the signposting before.
Predict the category.
Dizzy. We go for dizzy first.
We predict the category. Well, we can look at this though first and say unable to blank upstairs.
Climb up.
Move up.
It might be climb. It might be run. It might be
move,
step, move. Right.
Move up.
We have no idea what she will say, but we do know that these are all examples of what?
Symptom.
Are they symptoms?
No. Action.
Movements.
Or movements, yeah. Whatever it is, you just need to see what it is and think about that. Someone said symptoms, yes, because of this, yeah? Usually it will be symptoms, usually, not always, okay? But usually it's a good idea. What about this one? Again, it's not that hard, is it?
Medication.
Miller.
Medication.
Yeah, I think, medication.
Yeah. Why is it medication? Why?
Prescribe.
Prescribed is the
verb, right? The verb prescribe is only used
for medicine.
It can be used with medication, and also I think I've seen it with physiotherapy. Can you? I think you can.
No.
No. Can you prescribe like the removal of a something?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, I think so.
Hydrotherapy, swimming, a lot
I've
of
seen
things.
that, but it doesn't matter. We don't need to have these crazy specific things. We know, 99% it's going to be medication. Look, dizzy, blah, 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 is going to give them some medication, aren't they, to stop the dizziness, something like that, okay? All right, so we can predict the categories. And I'm just going to review. I think that I've been teaching OET 5 years. I've seen many, many, many exams. It's always the same categories, always. Maybe there are 12, maybe 10. What are the categories we always see? We always see symptoms, for example. Symptoms. We always see actions.
Medication.
We always see medication. Body parts. What else?
Time. Some test.
Tests like blood tests or something like that. What else?
Time.
Conditions.
Communication.
Medication with
And arrangement also in the end.
Management.
Description.
Job. It could be what else?
Equipment. Description.
Equipment. Yeah, I'll talk about that one in a minute. So one, two, three, four, five, six.
Time.
Yeah.
Description. Yeah, you guys, thank you for all of your wonderful comments. These are all very good. Okay. I think let's just have this a bit less messy. Andrea, can you give me one more here that's not on the list?
Description of, maybe?
We'll talk about that one in a second. Han, can you give me one here, or Tugba? Can you give me another example?
Time.
Maybe age.
Sometimes they have time. It might even have age, exactly like she is blank years old. It's an easy one at the start, maybe. Job is very easy, isn't it? Sometimes they'll have like a therapy, right? Like physiotherapy. You get the idea. You can guess it. You can guess it. There's one that's very important, though, that I always teach.
Advised.
It could be advice. Yeah, advised to, something like that. There's one that's really important that maybe you did not think of already, and it is description.
Description of pain, maybe.
Now, Salmila, this is always going to be an adjective, right?
Yeah. Is it description of pain, Alan?
It's usually when they're talking about pain. I'll show you an example. Let me show you an example. Look, what if it says a very blank pain, right? It's not a symptom because we have the symptom here, right?
Adjective.
It's going to be an adjective that is, what do adjectives do? They
Modify now.
Severe pain.
Dull pain.
No, it's going to be an adjective. It can be a noun. It can also be a noun. Let me show you, for example, right? It can be a noun describing. So he was blank test was advised. Okay. It could be what?
Noun.
Constant
Blood.
pain.
Lab test.
After the test.
That's not an adjective. What's the adjective of blood? Does anyone know adjective?
Bloody.
Bloody. It's and that's also a swear word. You should like bloody hell, like that kind of thing. Yeah. Han, in Australia, do they say bloody all the time? I think they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, mate. So it can be it's not that bad. It's a small like swearing, but it's also an adjective meaning lots of blood. This is a noun describing the test. Okay, so just be careful. It can be adjective or noun. But, you see this all the time in OET. We see it. Okay. Now, Adnan, you said something very important. Can I predict all of the gaps in this time? Answer?
No.
No way, right? In 30 seconds, maybe you can do 5,
4,
4, maybe 6 if you're really fast. How many questions are there?
12 questions.
12. Okay. So that means you will have more remaining. What's the solution to that?
Signpost category.
Signposting.
Not quite. What's the solution to guys? Let me just tell you. You can
Write down something.
No, you can predict
During the exam.
at the same time as listening. Okay, you really can do it. It's not that hard.
We can skip the easy ones.
Maybe skip the easy ones as well if you think it's yeah. Maybe if it says like she works at, was that Orhan? Was that you, sir? I don't know who that was.
Yes.
If it says she works as a, maybe we don't need to predict that. It's too easy. Is that what you mean?
Professional.
Yeah.
But what
As you said before.
Go on.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
As you said before, the first 5 or 6 ones is easier than the others. So we can skip the first 5 or 6 gaps.
Yeah,
So
Han,
we
I
can
checked
focus.
that now. Yeah, this is something that me and Han had a discussion once, and we thought maybe we should do the last ones first. But it just depends, Orhan. It's different styles. So I don't teach that now because you want to have a good start as well. You don't want a bad start, right? So just try both, okay? But what I'm saying, guys, is as we listen, when the audio starts, we can continue to predict. Okay. So that's the first thing, prediction of categories. This is technique 1. Technique 2 is what? What's technique 2, guys?
Signposting.
Signposting. Okay. Now let's do a test. Okay, let's imagine this is a test. I am audio. Okay, I want everyone to tell me what I say here. Is that okay? Ready? Listen. 3,
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. Hi, doctor. Thanks for seeing me today. You know, as I was when I walked to your doctor's surgery, sometimes it's a bit difficult. So I'm very happy that I'm here today to tell you my symptoms. And you know, when I run sometimes into your surgery, it's because I'm scared. So I hope you don't think I'm crazy. In terms of my symptoms, you know, I'm having a lot of problems moving up the stairs, so maybe you can help me. What's the answer?
Moving.
Yeah.
Moving up.
But did I say walk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Walk
Before,
is
yes.
clinic, not
Run?
You mentioned.
Run?
Yeah,
You
Run.
mentioned run.
So the reason why you all know it's move is because, I hope so, because this, right?
No, after this.
After the signpost comes the answer, right? So we need to listen. I just call these signposts. What is a signpost? Barak, what is a signpost in listening? It tells me...
Tell me
Where are you?
important things come after.
Something's coming. Tells me something is coming, right? If I see a signpost for London on the motorway, Andrea, what is coming?
London.
Right. If I see a signpost for McDonald's, what is coming? McDonald's. Okay. In OET, it's a bit different. This is my signpost for...
And also symptoms.
Yeah, and this one as well. Yeah, so both of these, we can use both, definitely. Now, is this a good signpost? Khwaja, is stairs a good signpost for me?
I think this is a good signpost, but not the stairs.
There's a good
Why is stairs not a good signpost? Why not?
good signpost.
First of all, it's after the gap, and secondly, it's in the same line. You said it's better to have a line before the gap.
Yeah, it's on the same line. So remember, guys, Andrea was saying paraphrasing is a big problem here. What does paraphrase mean? Andrea?
Saying the same things in other words.
And different
No.
order.
Different verse.
They're going to say this, but in different words. So, for example, they could say, I'm having problems, right? When I move up the stairs. That's easy, isn't it? That's a nice, easy paraphrase because this one is first, this one is second, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Or Alan say upstairs movement is difficult
Exactly.
for me.
They might say, Doctor, I'm having problem with the stairs. You see, I have a big issue with my ability. The problem is going up the stairs. Or they might just say going up. The problem is going up. Right? Now the answer is coming right at the end. You see what I mean? So we don't know how they're going to say this. So what I always say is don't choose signposts on the same line as the gap, because we have no idea what they're going to actually say. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear? Should we do a test?
Yes.
Yes.
A test. Let's do a test.
Clear.
Okay. You guys tell me, right? Tell me what the answer for this is. This one here. Tell me the answer. Ready? Listen to me. 3, 2, 1, go. Hi, doctor. Thanks for seeing me today. You know, I've been really dizzy recently, and it's leading to a big problem when it comes to my stairs. Actually, I have these really beautiful stairs, which my brother-in-law helped me build. We built them last year, and they were so nice, the stairs. They're actually made of wood, and we varnished the stairs. They're so beautiful. The problem is I can't run up them, so I've come to you today to ask you for some medication.
Run.
Okay. But
Run
this
on
very long paraphrase was crazy long, right?
Yes.
I'm not saying it will be like that in the test, but that you don't know what they're going to do, so don't choose things on the same line. However, Kwaja, we should read this, right? We should, of course, read it. Yes, read it. Okay, but don't rely on it. Okay, what does rely mean, guys?
Don't trust it.
Trust.
Don't trust, okay? Because we don't know what's going to happen. It can help us in other ways just to get the answer. It can help us by reading, but don't rely on it. Okay, so using these two techniques, we can pass this test, I promise. Okay, let's try it. I'm going to show you a real test now, and we will prepare the first 5 gaps like this. So we will look for categories and we will look for signposts. Then I will start to play the audio. And then when the audio starts, I want you guys to continue thinking about categories and also thinking about signposts at the same time as listening. Is that clear, everyone? Is it clear?
Yes.
Clear. Yes.
Okay, so can I show you a real test now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's imagine, okay, listening is your first test in the exam. Okay, so this is the first, and this is part A. So this is the first thing you will do on test day. You will see something like this. Okay, and the question is, in the 30